Hi everyone. So tonight for dinner, we're making chicken Alfredo. This is a very old and loved recipe. My recipe. Not that complicated, but for Sunday dinners, I usually like to do the most intensive recipe on Sundays because it's still the weekend and gives us a nice kickoff for the rest of the week. So let's get to it. Okay, so the first thing I like to do is get all the ingredients prepped before we actually start cooking. So I'm going to go ahead and mince up this garlic, dice up the green onion, and then I'll show you how I get my mushrooms ready. Now that I got my garlic all minced up, go ahead and cut up my green onions. Hands are sticky from the garlic. They can get pushed off to the side together because they're going to go in together anyways. And I always love to add the white parts of the green onion. Just gives it that nice flavor. Right. And go ahead and throw these in a little cup with some water and a little re-sprout for you. Save you a trip to the grocery store. Now I did go ahead and wash my knife because with the garlic and everything it gets super sticky. So we don't want it sticky for when we're doing our mushrooms. Now, because you can't really wash mushrooms without messing them up, I'll show you what I do. So I pop out the middle, a little button, and then you see how we've got this little hair here to grab. I grab it and peel it. And I'm just gonna do that for all of these, and then you've got a nice clean layer underneath. Just to show you the difference between these. This is exactly why I do it. Okay, now that all the outside layer is off, I went ahead and just washed this container so I can put them back in because I don't need them immediately. And we're just gonna go ahead, cut them in half, and dice them up. Okay, now that I got my ingredients prepped, go ahead and open up our defrosted chicken breast. And we're gonna cut those up into bite-sized pieces. Okay, once we've got everything all diced up, we'll go ahead and start our pot and pan on the stove. So we'll go ahead and get our pasta water started because, as we know, if she finishes early, she can sit and wait for everybody else. So to this pan, we're gonna go ahead and set it to medium-high heat. Do that. And use a 1/4 cup of butter for this recipe. If you have butter sticks, you'll see it says 1/4 cup, so it's half a stick. So we'll get that in there. Okay, once our butter is in, I like to use my good olive oil. Oops, sorry, hitting stuff. And you're gonna do about a 1/4 cup of that as well. Let them get heated up and marry together. Once everything is all melted down, we're gonna go ahead and add in the garlic and onions. And then we'll add in our chicken and mix it all together. So it's evenly distributed. And every piece is touching the bottom. Now we're going to add in our spices. Of course, we got our salt, pepper, okay, our garlic and onion powder, and oregano. Go ahead and give that a little mix. Go ahead and wait for this to cook down. And just make sure nothing is sticking to the walls. I don't know. It probably cooks, but my head says it doesn't. So make sure there's nothing stuck to the walls. All right, our water is boiling. I'm cooking this with fettuccine because it's a wider noodle and it will grab up all that sauce. And we're just cooking it to package directions. And I'm cooking this whole thing because we can have leftovers for lunch tomorrow. Once our chicken is done, we're going to go ahead and add in the rest of our ingredients. So we're going to add in a can of Italian style diced tomatoes. Get that in there. Nice and happy. We're gonna add in our mushrooms we cut up earlier. See why the meal prep made it easy? You're not trying to dice and do all this while cooking two different things at the same time. I mean, maybe you can do it. My ADD brain cannot, so. All right. And then we'll add in, I use the Knorr's Alfredo mix. It's super hard to find nowadays, so when I do find it, it's usually like a pack of 10 or something. So I go ahead and buy it up. So please don't sell them out on me. Go ahead and mix that in. Okay. And then if you've been following me, used and bought heavy cream for last week's dinners, but Aldi sells it in a big old container, so we're going to use the other portion of this for tonight's dinner. Go ahead and pour that in. Okay. Make sure everything in there gets married together and is happy. And then what we're going to want to do with this is we're going to wait till this starts to bubble up. And then we'll put a top on, set it on low, and wait for the noodles to cook. Okay, see how it's starting to bubble? So we're going to go ahead and put the top on and set this to low while we wait on her sister to finish cooking. The one thing I have noticed about Aldi pasta, and you got to check, so even though it says 8 to 10 minutes, if you see how it's still looking a little, the color in the middle hasn't become as transparent, you know the noodles aren't done yet. So usually it takes anywhere from 12 to 15. Friendly mid-tutorial reminder to take your meat out of the freezer for tomorrow. Tomorrow, we're doing a little of a taboo. I'm having 2 Italian nights in a row and 2 chicken nights in a row, but it is what it is at this point. So tomorrow I'm gonna make some chicken cutlets with maybe any leftover pasta we have here. And I believe what did I make as my veggie for tomorrow? Had to check my calendar. Zucchini. So we're doing chicken parm with a little side of pasta and zucchini for tomorrow. Now while I wait on everything else to finish, I'm making poor man's garlic bread. So everybody likes 2 pieces per person. And I use this garlic spread with Romano cheese. It's got garlic and everything in the butter spread. Amazing. I get this either from Publix or Doris's Italian Market. So we'll go ahead and put this butter over all of these and get them toasted in the toaster oven. This is really giving me 90s butter mom vibes. Just saying. Okay, our pasta is just about done. So what I did is I turned the burner off and took the lid off of this. Now you notice it still looks a little watery, you can tell. But what's going to happen is that as it starts to cool, it's going to thicken up. So that's what we're going to look for. You'll see. Trust the process. Okay, pasta's finally done, so we're going to turn that off and get it strained out in the colander. Okay, get our favorite cork board. We're going to use our big pot because I'm not fancy like a restaurant and can't put it back into that tiny little pan. Ooh, our pasta in there. Come on. Ooh. Okay, got our pasta in there. Then we're going to go ahead and add in our sauce. Make sure you get everything from that pan in there. All that goodness. Go ahead and take those tongs I was using with the pasta, and we're just going to start to mix this up. And like I said, as it cools, it's really going to thicken up. The one thing I'm excited about tonight's dinner for my fellow TISM parents is that the last time I made this, my son actually ate it. So we're taking a chance. Worst case scenario, if he doesn't eat it, I can just make some fish sticks and fries. But cross your fingers for me. Sir Liam's plate. We're going to go ahead and cool this off. Liam, it's still cooling off. It's too hot. It's too hot. That was a good sign. Pray for me. All right, Mama. As we plate up dinner tonight, if no one has told you, just remember you have done enough for tonight. Good night.